Hi everyone, welcome. It's been a while since I last posted. However, as you're aware, everybody's in lockdown because we're in the situation we've got with COVID-19. It's a very, very difficult situation for everybody. There's a lot of people suffering out there, mentally, physically, and also there's people out there that have lost a lot of loved ones. And I just want to say that my heart's thoughts and prayers go out to all of you, and wish you all the best at this very, very difficult time. However, because I'm supposed to be in Scotland this last week and this week, hiking and camping, in my camper van actually, not in my tent, I'll be honest, I'm not able to do that obviously. So, and there's been quite a bit of publicity around various garden campouts. I know there's a Facebook page called the Big Garden Campout, and Abby Barnes, for those of you that follow us on there, they had that last weekend. There's part 2 of the Big Garden Campout next weekend, so you can join that Facebook page. There's also a Facebook page for the NHS Garden Campout, and that's for this weekend, which is April the 11th. So I thought I'd do this one because I couldn't do last one because last weekend because I was busy. Don't know whether I'll be able to do next weekend, but I can do this weekend. So tonight, for one night only, I'm going to be out in my tent in my very small garden. I'm going to be camping in my one and only backpacking tent. I don't have a range of tents, I've only got the one, which is the Exped V4A. It's the tent that I used on the West Highland Way, and it pretty much worked out quite well. It can be a faff to sort out and to get the pitch right, especially if you're in uneven ground, and sometimes you get the pitch perfect, sometimes it's not quite right. I have to say today is the worst pitch that I've ever done because my garden isn't big enough to take the tent, so I've had to cobble it together with bricks and stones, and it's all over. It's all very, very much misshapen and all over the place. So I think probably the inner may touch the outer, and if I have condensation, I may possibly end up with a bit of a damp sleeping bag, but it is only one night and that's fine, and it's a worthwhile course. I've made a so the Hex Peak is 1.2 kilos in weight. I have to say that anybody that's thinking of buying one now, I got mine from a place called Backpacking Light. I have noticed that the inner has gone up by about 280 grams, so that's actually made it considerably heavier. Because of the COVID-19, we don't actually know, and I can't find out why they've made the inner heavier, but they have. So that may be a game changer for some of you. It's not the lightest backpacking tent in the world, 1.2 kilos, but it's certainly not the heaviest either. I wanted a tent that had a lot more room, one that I could sit up in, because I'm not the smallest chap in the world, but I wanted to be able to sit up in it and put the outer up first and the inner up second. You can forget the inner and just use it as a bit of a tarp tent if you wanted to. Maybe I probably should have done that tonight. That might have been a better option. I have got a Tyvek ground sheet underneath to protect it because I don't have grass. You can see I've got stones, so I've done that. But yeah, but I got on with it okay. Some nights I had condensation, some nights I didn't, so I'm not really sure about the condensation and whether it's a plus or a minus on that score. I do like it, but I did find that even though they say if you're under 6 foot, then you should be okay as far as lengthwise goes. But I find that I'm not 6 foot. I'm 2 or 3 inches under 6 foot. I can't remember exactly what my height is, but I did find that a couple of nights my footbox got damp because I was kicking and touching the inner. But anyway, so what I do is that I'll give you a bit of a tour around the outside, and then I'll show you what the sleep system I've got set up inside. It actually is the same as what I used in the West Highland Way. Okay, so we're back. So this is from the other angle. You can see that it's essentially it's a pyramid type tent, a teepee type tent if you like. It's quite a conversation starter, I give you that. So it's got 6 main guy out points. So you've got one down there, one down there, and you do these 2 first, and then the other 2 the other side to give you a rectangle, and then put your pole up in the middle, and then you do the 2 sides, one being the door, and that gives you your 6 main points. However, you will notice that in between those 6 points there are smaller guy out points if you want them. I haven't really used too many of them. I think I put one down here. I used one of my tiny T-pin type titanium pegs. The others I'm using the groundhog stakes. And then on top of that, which it doesn't come with these, but I did put these guy tie-outs on the side, because being in Scotland I thought the weather is really bad, I might need them. As it happens, I never used them. Didn't need them at all, although this shape is supposed to be reportedly to shred wind really well. And same again, haven't been in particularly really stormy conditions. Because it's made of steel nylon, it doesn't come seam sealed. So these areas across here, you see it's slightly darker, and through here I've seam sealed. Not a particularly difficult job, just a patience and time consuming job if you want to do it. If you do want to do it, I suggest you YouTube and see how to do it, because I've seen some people make a real bad mess of it. So, fire pit down there, which I may possibly have a fire later on, or not quite so close to the tent. And then coming into the tent, sleeping compartment with the netting, and the tie-outs for the most part are supposed to hook around the outside of the pegs, but I can't do that because unfortunately it's such a bad pitch it won't work. As far as sleep system goes, I got this from an Ultralite backpacking site, where he makes it for winter camping to put underneath. It helps protect your mat, but also it's supposed to help from a thermal perspective in that stopping that heat from that cold, from coming up through. I haven't really used it. I only used it once. Didn't take it on the West Highland Way, but I've put it on there because of the stones, because I don't want the mat being damaged in any way. The mat, sleep mat, is the Exped UL7 SynMat 7. It's 475 grams, slightly higher. It's a rectangle shape, slightly higher weight than the Thermarests. I did try the Thermarests. People say they're quite comfortable, and it wasn't uncomfortable, but in the end I fancied having something that was rectangle because of my size, and I quite like the way this does. You have separate valves here for inflate and deflate, and I much preferred this system to the Thermarest system, but it's personal preference. It has got this honeycomb effect, which is supposed to stop your sleeping bags from sliding around. I can honestly say I don't know if that really works, to be honest. Sleeping bag is the I got from Outkit. So it is the Outkit Skyline 700 down sleeping bag. That's just over a kilo, about 1.1 kilos. Same again, not the most ultralight sleeping bag in the world, but it did the job. And you know, I buy my stuff on a budget. The tent was under 200 quid, the sleeping bag was under 200 quid, the SynMat was under £100. I did go for a bit of a luxury item. I went for the Sea to Summit Ultralite pillow. I think this is the medium. It's about, I think it's about 50 grams. And I found that that useful, and that just tucks in the hood. So, but generally I got on pretty well with it, really. But yeah, a little bit of a faff to set out. And then tonight I've got a bottle of water, I've got my jet boil stove. Didn't use the jet boil on the West Highland Way because it's too bulky and it's too heavy. It is very fuel efficient, but it's just too big. So I only had a 48 litre backpack and you just can't fit everything that I had to fit on, because my sleeping bag was a little bit bulkier than I would have liked, because it's not an ultralight one, and the tent isn't, you know, it's lightweight but it's not ultralight either. So trying to fit everything into a 48 litre backpack was quite difficult. So yeah, so jet boil cup, long handled titanium spoon. On the actual West Highland Way I took the Tokes, I think it was 650 or it's 650 titanium mug, and the pocket rocket stove, and just used that, which was much smaller, much lighter, more compact. And then in here, this is there's a couple of kind bars in there that are left over, and then I've got in here my milks and tea for a cup of tea. So that's pretty much it really. I am going to have some food later on. My kids are home, so I'm going to have to cook for them. So I don't know whether there'll be any cooking or stuff going on later. It'll probably just be a fire pit really, because I've got to sort them out. But just a brief video really, just to put something out there, and also to let you know what I'm doing it and why I'm doing it. So yeah, I've made a small donation to the NHS, but I also would like to say it's not just the NHS. There are a lot of other people out there, delivery drivers, lorry drivers, postmen, dustmen, you know, social care workers, those people that are working in supermarkets. There's a lot of people out there that every day are putting themselves on the line and doing what they're doing to keep the country going. So as much as this is a garden camp out for the NHS, I would like to say thank you to everybody that's doing their bit. And yeah, hopefully it will be a relatively comfortable night, if not a little damp if I end up with a bit of condensation. It doesn't feel like there's a breath of wind in the air, so hopefully it won't be, I don't think it's going to be particularly cold tonight or particularly windy. So yeah, I might possibly bring you back in the morning and let you know how I got on. But yeah, I'll see you then. Good morning everybody, welcome back. I just thought I'd take you through how last night went. It was a disaster, absolute disaster. Had my fire, had my steak and chips, got into bed, nice and comfortable, and for some reason my Exped SynMat just didn't hold up. It just kept going down. I don't know why it was going down, what the issue is. I did have a problem once when I was on the West Highland Way, where, if you can see, there are a inflate and a deflate. The deflate straightforward, it's just got an O-ring on there and it deflates, and the inflate's got this one-way valve. And one of the nights when I was on Rannoch Moor, it deflated and I ended up on the ground. Well, it wasn't, I mean, yes, it was cold and it was hard and it was uncomfortable. It wasn't the best night's sleep ever, but it was essentially on grass. But obviously last night I'm on stones. You can see the stones there, so obviously I couldn't sleep. So in the end I had to come indoors. I pumped it up 4 or 5 times, and each time after 20 minutes or so I was almost on the floor again. So I don't know what the issue is. I did say that I liked this mat. I think I mentioned it last night, because it's quite comfortable and it's rectangle, and I like the inflate and deflate system. It comes with this pump sack, which also doubles as a dry sack and inflator. So if I put that on now, like that, and you essentially fill out with that, and then you use that to blow it up. Because it's got synthetic down in it, if you blow in using your mouth, it will go mouldy. So you use that. Take it off, and then that should do the job. And then, as I said last night, this doubles up as a dry sack, so I can put my sleeping bag, my clothes and everything in there when it's in my backpack, and that way it has 2 uses. Comes with its own little bag. You can see which one it is. You can see that. I don't take that when I'm backpacking because of the weight saving. I don't need it. It does come with a repair kit. So yeah, a bit of a disaster really. It was good to put it up and to get in the sleeping bag in the tent, but it was disappointing that I didn't manage to survive the night without having to come indoors. However, so I'm now going to go off and see if I can find whether it's the valve leaking or whether there's actually a leak in it and try and repair it. But yeah, disappointing, but I still managed to at least have done something and made the effort for the NHS and for all those key workers out there that are doing their best. So thank you very much for watching. Bit of a short video. Sorry it was a bit of a fail, but hey, that's life when you're camping. These things are sent to try us and you just have to get over it. But you know, please feel free to like and subscribe and watch my other videos, and hopefully the next one will be me out camping and or backpacking somewhere. So I'll see you later. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.